Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, Throwback Edition. This is Trent, along with my co-host, Jaybone. Jaybone, say hello to the people.
What is up, everyone? Oh,
happy quarantine, Jaybone. Happy quarantine.
Dude, we're a week in. We made it a week.
I've been home for 8 days, Jaybone. I haven't left in 8 days.
Yesterday was exactly a week because I dropped off my son and I have not left the house until this morning. I took the garbage out and I put it on the curb and I walked to the curb with the cans and I kind of took a deep breath in, got real scared and ran back in the house.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I take it back. I walked around the block like 3 days ago. That was it. Then it snowed yesterday. But dude, I've been inside. My home's clean. I insulated my windows. I'm doing all this shit that you never do. I clean my blinds. Those blinds back. I clean my. Who cleans their blinds, J-Bo? That's what I did. I got that kind of time.
My wife started spring cleaning recently, so no, it's about that time of year because things are starting to get nicer. But like, hey, like this is Wisconsin, and we had like a couple inches of the fluffy stuff this morning. So no, it's
and dust.
You never know.
We get a lot of dust in the Midwest, guys. I don't know what it is. Midwest is dusty.
It's all that dirty water off the lake.
I guess so, J-Bone. I guess so. Well, guys, we're here. Throwback Impact Wrestling, TNA, NWA-TNA Throwback Show. We're going to break down NWA-TNA number 16, J-Bone. We've made it 16 weeks. That's 4 months of doing this already, huh?
Hell yeah, man.
That's not a bad deal. We've been doing this.
4 months in, and this is getting just... Dude, it's almost as nuts in the episode as it is around the planet right now, man.
No kidding. This was a wild one, guys. J-Bone, I want you to make sure when you type this one up, you type the words Chris Rock into the description on this one, because Chris Rock showed up on this episode. There was a X Division several ladder gauntlet match. There were random tag teams being formed. There was race car drivers. J-Bone, this was probably the most overbooked episode to date. I think I had to say
it was the complete opposite of everything that's going around today. They like it's like I've heard social distancing like a 1,000 times within the last. What the hell are you doing, dude? This is not social distancing. You need to.
Gee, whoa! What is he doing? 6 feet, Bone.
I told you it's getting a little crazy around here. Manny Bones just tried to hug me, and I'm not okay.
You gotta be careful, J-Bone. 6 feet distances, no close talking. You gotta be real careful around here. This is getting wild. This is getting real wild, man. Also, your grab your coronas will be live soon, J-Bone. That comment very disrespectful, J-Bone. We're in a pandemic here. Very disrespectful, J-Bone. I gotta say, I don't know what you're thinking there, bro. But we are in a pandemic, and you're making corona jokes. I don't know about that. Grab your waters, and we'll
Hey, at least I'm not like inviting people to the beach.
That's true, man. Those beach kids, huh, J-Bone? Jesus Christ. What has happened? The world is nuts. And for an hour right now, we're going to take your mind off and we're going to talk NWA-TNA 16. J-Bone, the date on this one, October 16th, 2002, is right before my 21st birthday. How about that? Right before my 21st birthday. That was a week shy. My birthday's the 26th. I almost turned 6 feet, J-Bone, 6 feet. I almost turned 21 years old right before this episode, and this was a wild one. There was one more, then it was my birthday. So that's where I was celebrating. So next week will be my birthday episode of NWA-TNA. I don't remember what happened. Something happened. But guys, we're here to break it down. We'll take your mind off this quarantine bullshit for an hour. This life is tough right now. It is a tough world.
We hope you're all, like Trent said, we hope that we can entertain you for a little bit and take your mind off of all the BS around the planet. We hope you're all doing okay, whether you're busting your ass at your job still or you're just stuck in your house and chilling and just trying to stay in a happy little place like I am. It's just whatever you're doing, we hope you're okay.
Yeah. So, man, look, I have not even seen the nurse. I have not seen Nurse in over a week. in 8 days. I haven't seen her because she's a nurse, and I gotta stay quarantined because I got elderly parents. I can't see her. She's gonna drop by later to pick up something, and she bought me groceries today.
Oh, that's very nice of her.
And I'm gonna leave stuff for here, and she's gonna put my stuff there. We're gonna walk away and then take each other's stuff.
You blow her a kiss, but she can't blow you a kiss.
No, she can't. Not yet. Not yet. But man, it's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks. We got 2 more weeks of this, I think, for Chicago. April 7th they gave us, Jay. What about you guys?
I have not read any details. The governor and the mayor basically within the last 24 hours said as of midnight tonight, the state's going on lockdown. So I'm a little surprised it took this long, but it's obviously we're doing it quicker than others. And some beat us to the punch. You know, Illinois did, New York did. I'm shocked Florida hasn't yet, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because when I look at the map of everything and you see where there's more red than others, and it's like,
yeah, no kidding. Also, Jay, I had the date wrong. I'm sorry. Guys, October 9th, 2002. I had the wrong date written down here. This is October. NWA-TNA number 16 is October 9th, 2002. My bad about that.
October 9th, yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had the wrong.
That's
you know,
right.
because it's weird. Because guys, I don't know why you guys. It's not showing up in our thing here, in our feeds and our YouTube feeds. I don't know what they did to us. They're getting rid of us, guys. They're trying to block us, but the man's not going to get us down, Jaybone. Not going to get us down. We're going to make it out here. Millard Harris wants to.
That's why I sent out the link right before we went live, just because it wasn't showing up in my feed either for whatever reason.
Weird. Millard Harris wants to know if I got some TNA on my 21st birthday. Probably. It was a lot. Millard, that's 18 years ago, man. Come on, I can't expect me to remember these things. Trivial details. Who knows?
That's cute.
Who am I kidding? I probably stayed home and watched WrestleMania 10. I don't know. Whatever. No.
Right?
Hey, listen, I'm a cool guy. I'm a cool guy.
He was hip.
Yeah. So let's say we're going to talk about this episode, guys. This was a wild one. Jay, we got any news? We're going to, before I hit the news, we're going to be live again tomorrow, guys, for the main show. That's 2 weeks straight on a Tuesday. And Jay, I got to say, the play count's incredible. People want us to go live after the show airs on Tuesdays. I got to find a way to make that happen once I'm back in band practice, because people like the numbers were great. You guys like listening to us the night of Impact. I think that was a phenomenal thing. So if quarantine has taught us anything, it's that you guys want us to go live after the show.
Well, and I think ICU was a hot topic too. Whether people liked the result or not, people wanted to hear our thoughts on it. I think that's
true.
Kind of,
Very true. All right, well, we'll talk about it, guys. We're going to get into it. Let's break it down. October 9th, 2002, NWA-TNA. This is, what do you got? I'm sorry, you had news.
You asked about news. The only thing that I can think of offhand within the last, I believe it was yesterday. The AXSTV.com, where you got tickets for the Rebellion show.
Mm-hmm.
It says canceled.
Yeah, that's the bit of news I saw, that they officially have canceled Rebellion. However, I'm curious if they do an empty arena thing. I don't know. I don't think they should.
There's going to be two sides of the coin of that one. I immediately saw fans, and I'm not going to count out people and be like, oh yeah, well, this guy said, no, I'm not like that unless I know you and I'm repping you. But yeah, there were significant people out there that were, fans saying, oh, well, they said the event at this place was canceled. Doesn't mean they're not still selling tickets. And it's like, you're really reaching. Let's think of the bigger picture here for a minute. I mean, yes, they certainly could hold it in a smaller venue, similar to what WWE is doing for WrestleMania, in a secluded, location.
Yeah.
But considering the way the New York area is completely on lockdown within the last week, or however long it's been now, I I highly doubt it. And there's going to be significant people from the roster who are either A, going to refuse to come, or are B, stuck at home because they're on the other side of the border. For example, the tag champs are in Canada.
That's a very good point. That your tag champs are in Canada.
Callahan is not doing any shows until this is done.
Yeah, Sammy and Jess both. Sammy and Jess both said they're not going to do anything. So, yeah, you're right, Jay. There's a lot of logistical aspects to this that you're not going to get around.
And you know what, dude, I'm okay with that. I would
Absolutely.
rather AXSTV play some reruns, play Slammiversary from last year. I don't care if it's just filling content on TV time. I don't care. I would much rather have the roster from one of my favorite wrestling brands be safe. Take the time, heal up. I'm sure as much as they want to pay for dates and stuff like that, it's time for everybody to get back closer to 100% because everyone's bouncing all over the place, all over the country for indie dates and other stuff. Yep. Take the time, heal up. Fans, go buy some merch now more than ever.
Best thing you can do.
Go buy some swag. Go buy a tee. Go buy a poster. Go buy an autograph, if anything. And if you can't, share their Pro Wrestling Tees account or whatever they have. Big Cartel. There's a few of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just help share the love for your favorite. It doesn't have to even be in Impact. Whatever wrestler that you know is struggling right now, help them out.
I agree, man. It's a tough time. You know, Impact also just put out a bunch of merchandise on shopimpact.com. Help the company, help the brands, you know, the guys. I mean, the wrestling business is decimated. I can tell you firsthand. I work for AAW. It's decimated. And, you know, people are giving stuff away. We're giving our on-demand away for a month, free shows on YouTube.
There you go.
I heard the network, the WWE network is free for a month. Everybody's
free for a month if you just sign up.
Everybody's trying to hold on right now, guys. Wrestling is in a tough spot. We're trying to hold on here, but help out the companies, and you know, we'll get now Hakeem. Okay, I'm going to address this question for Hakeem Fullerton. Did anyone watch Lockdown 05 on YouTube? No, Jay did hit me up. I wasn't able to yesterday. Jay hit me up about it, but we decided that we'll do it later this week. Maybe Thursday, which was the normal weekly day. We'll do it Thursday. How's that? We got to do another. We're starting another playlist then, Jay, of doing reviews of old pay-per-views now. We got to get another playlist going. That's a lot of podcasts, Jaybone. You're committing me to a lot of stuff.
What? Hey, it's just, you know, keeping busy in this crazy time, you know.
Tough times.
One thing I had suggested is that we do like a live reaction watch along. And I don't think we've done that yet. That'd be kind of fun. You know, grab some popcorn, kick back with a couple whatever,
cool.
You know, and then just watch it live and then react to stuff. And, you know, we'll let you know when we're doing it so that if you want to watch along with us, so we don't just look like a couple of idiots going, oh, you know,
like, or just watching, like sitting there like, oh.
Yeah. So if there's a lull in the thing, you're not just like, what the hell is wrong with these guys?
Yeah, we'll decide how we want to do it. We'll see. But no, like I said, tomorrow, the normal weekly show. We still got new content. Impact is good for a month, guys. Let's remember that. We are good. Yeah, I should say they got until Rebellion. I don't know if they got anything else after Rebellion. Tape. So we're good for like 3 weeks, 3 more weeks. Or four more weeks, essentially.
I thought it was 5.
Well, they taped 3 in Atlanta. They got 1 more Vegas. So they got Vegas this week and then 3 Atlanta, and that would have taken us to Rebellion. So then that's it.
I thought Atlanta starts tonight. I mean, tomorrow night.
Next week. So it's
is it?
Yeah, because they taped 5 in Vegas. I think that's what Bill was telling us last week. They taped 5 in Vegas. So they have 5 in Vegas, 3 Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
So that's what happened. So we're good, and we're good. We got 4 more weeks of TV, guys. We're okay right now. We're okay. We're gonna make it. But In the meantime, let's kick it back, Jay. Let's get in the time machine. October 9th, 2002, NWA-TNA, Nashville, Tennessee. What a goddamn this show, Jaybone, was all over the place. Probably the most over-the-top show of the whole bunch. The whole bunch. When you guys hear how we break this down, you're gonna see what I mean. First off, Jaybone, there's an amazing sign in the crowd. I hope you saw this sign.
I wrote, and I'm going to do this because this crowd is so different from today's crowd. I mean, there's weird stuff that gets put out there and some funny ones here and there.
Yeah.
But these infectious crowds at the start of this brand have been ridiculous. I wrote down one sign. Should I tell you what it is and see if we match?
Does it start with, is it an acronym for TNA also?
No.
Oh, shoot. One. You have a different. Okay, you say yours. I'm going to say mine because this is the silent night for me.
Okay. Lawler gave me herpes.
All right, here's mine. Ready for mine?
Okay.
It said TNA, totally nuke Al Qaeda.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that one?
Well, remember, this is a year after.
That's right.
9/11, so everyone's still super patriotic, and they just had the break in the action a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So everybody's still waving the flags, patriotic. So and the whole country's loving each other, not like now, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
On so many different levels.
There was another one that said like Saddam fears TNA. I saw all sorts of shit, man.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, this crowd's
fantastic. These Nashville crowds are like incredible. I love Southern wrestling crowds, man. They just react like you should react.
The TNA Chad guys all wore their shirts. I'm not going to do it, but they wore their shirts over their head and had giant TNA letters painted on their chest.
Are they really?
Oh,
I didn't get that.
Yeah, they were like right in the middle front row bleachers, so you can't miss it.
They were just fans, man. They were just a different type of fan. I loved it though. But we get the hype, guys. Don West lets us know that Chris Rock's in the house filming his new movie, Head of State, that came out, I think later that year or early the next year, which is a good movie, actually. But we kick it off. The Truth interrupts the opening and takes shots at the Tennessee Titans and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, did you catch this now, Jay? Don West is like whispering on the microphone. It's like he's always interrupting. He's always got some crap to say about every week. He's like saying it like this. Every week he's got something to say. And I think they were alluding to the fact that he said it on the live mic because Truth goes over to him and it's like, what are you saying over there? Baseball card, man? You got something to say to me, baseball card, man? So he starts antagonizing Don West. And Don was like, no, everything's cool here, man. Everything's cool. But Truth basically says that the mystery man who attacked him last week is going to be the mystery partner in the team against him in the 3-on-3. Now, right off the bat, this is wild because why is Truth dictating that the mystery man who attacked him is going to be one of the three people against him later on tonight? It's like, you don't know who it is. Where are you dictating that the mystery man is going to be the partner? Where the hell did that come from, Jaybone? Where does that come from?
I think he's trying to prove to the guys that he's got one up on them already, that he's figuring out their plan.
Okay.
And that he may not know who it is, but he knows that's what the plan is. Whoever this secret guy is, that they know he's going to be in the mix later. So he's like, I got you. You know,
fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that one. Fair enough. It just seemed like, why are you the one dictating this out?
He's grasping at straws, but he's trying, and oh my God, it's just so funny, dude. The crowd went from, in 4 short months, the crowd went from hating our Truth because he came in just ripping up the old WWF, ripping on the people back. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. And people hated him when he started that. Then people started to respect him. Then he got the title shot from Steamboat. Then Steamboat left. And now, like, ever since the 9/11 break, he's been on this rampage again. And, did the crowd turn on him They're screaming overrated.
Big time. They turned on him.
They turned on him so bad. I mean, he's
couldn't
obviously
believe
being
it.
a heel, but it's not that far off from what he was doing before. But yeah, so it's really interesting. Like, you're watching this evolution of R-Truth for the last 4 months, and it's like, wow, it went completely 360. It's just crazy.
It's crazy, man. But he gets interrupted by BG James and Syxx-Pac, and they say that
he's rhyming.
We got a partner. Yeah, he's rhyming, and he says we don't live in a perfect world. And then they hit the wrong music for a second. Did you catch this? They hit Jeff Jarrett's music for like a second.
Dude, they were playing everyone else's music all night.
They were reusing music. I'm like, what the hell was happening in this episode?
Yeah, they played Monty Brown's music for like Ace Steel.
Ace Steel had Monty Brown's music, which is also Abyss's music. They used the SAT's music for Tony Mamaluke. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
Who is running music?
There are these little things throughout the whole episode that just felt like, dude,
it was so chaotic.
There's a new guy there. They were smoking some good shit in the back for this one.
Somebody new was working the music and the timing of the show. I don't know what happened with this one, but so they introduced their partner, and it's Mr. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect comes out. He's the mystery man who comes out. You gotta do the gun. There you are. There it is. The lollipops are already in, guys. The lollipops are already in. But he died not too long after this, Jay. Hennig died on February 10th, 2003. And this episode's October 9th. Like, keep that in mind. He's not there for too long.
A few months later. Yeah, and I looked, it's like, don't look at spoilers, but I was like, because I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I remembered that Royal Rumble 2000, four significant people came back to wrestling. One was Goldust, and there was two others that I'm not remembering, and the fourth one was Curt Hennig
in 2000.
So, yeah, it was either 99 or 2000, and
that was it.
So he was there, and then he got let go. Oh, he got let go. And it was the infamous European trip. Curt Hennig got in a fight with Brock Lesnar.
Right, he took him down too.
And it's when Brock Lesnar was still very, very new, and they were just starting to introduce him back then. It's so weird to put these little time pieces together back then. It's like, okay, I remember that, and I remember. Being real excited about Curt coming back a couple years before that, but then all of a sudden he was gone, and a few months later he was dead. And you were watching the TNA pay-per-views at that time. I had no clue what was going on. Like, in other wrestling parts of the world, I was just like, okay, all there is WWF now. I had no clue this was happening.
You're going to see a lot more unfold. I mean, he's there. He's signed in with the company. And, but God, what always gets me, Jay, he was 44 when he died only. 44. And from a coke overdose. Like, they said that it was so weird because he never did that stuff. Like, he was a clean-cut guy for the most part. He never, ever did it. But
he didn't look good in good shape here, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. He did not. He looked, for lack of better words, bloated. Yes, no question.
I mean, Tan looked like $1 million, but he looked like just like came off like a weekend bender. And well, if you read what led up to this, he did. Yeah, he just got back from Europe.
So this was, they introduce him, and then they attack. Then they jump in there and they attack. They go for Truth, and then Jeff Jarrett and Lawler come out and attack those guys. You got a whole brawl. Crowd is super hot. This crowd is on fire. I mean, you got some Hollywood in the house. Crowd is on
finish.
They do not stop all night.
And the bleachers in the back were packed too. This was a good crowd.
even the bird's nest up top. It was crazy. It was totally packed. Yep. They just go ahead and start the match. They decide, okay, everybody's in there, get a ref in there, start the match. It was interesting. It was a pretty good match. Hot crowd. Good way to open. I got to give it to them. Perfect way to open the show like this. It really got everybody going. But you had another interference by Mr. Wrestling 3, Jaybone. Now, who the hell is this? It's not Curt Hennig. Who is Mr. Wrestling 3? He comes in, attacks the Truth, power bombs the Truth. So this is somebody who can work. He power bombs the Truth, and then perfect pins Killings. Now, this is interesting. You're setting that up now. Goldilocks runs to the back to see what happened to Jarrett and BG. She sees back there that a pipe falls out of Jarrett's hands. BG's knocked out. She looks distraught. Great opener, though. I got to say it was a hell of an opener. A lot of energy.
What was funny was I noticed just a couple pinpoint things. Lawler, jeez Louise. If you go back and look at Lawler in this match, he was so fired up in this match.
He's great.
Someone, I don't remember who did, but someone ran across the ring, hit R-Truth, hit Brian, and then backed off. Brian got so fired up, he swung over the top rope, had so much momentum when he swung, he flipped, flopped into the ring, and then rolled out. The following line from Don West, it went something like, well, Lawler's really just not having a good time in the ring right now, or something like that.
You guys don't understand. He is so underrated for his energy and his side watch the nuances he does, the little things Brian Lawler does.
The faces when he had someone in a chin lock and he's behind the guy and he's looking at the crowd and he's doing 10 different he's all it's so crazy
fun. I love it, man. I think it's definitely something he's never gotten enough credit for. He's a great worker. Actually, he is a great entertainer.
And one other thing, and then we'll continue. They sold Curt's punches. Curt had the weakest punches in this match. I don't usually notice stuff like that, but oh my God. I was specifically watching him. I'm like, okay, what is he doing? How is he doing? Because he doesn't look good. I was excited that he was here, but then I started realizing what we were just all talking about. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But he's like, and they're
he was off.
And they're just hitting flips. It's like, oh my God.
He was off. I mean, it's one of those things. He's known to be one of the best sellers of all time. And everybody
he's so good in the ring.
He's great. And people want to sell for him.
He looked sloppy in this match. But I was still excited to see him, but yeah, it's mixed emotions.
Yeah, it was weird. Weird to see him that way, but he's still Mr. Perfect. It's one of those things. I got to give it to him. He was good. He was still good to thing. That's the classic part about it. But no, great match, Mr. Wrestling.
He'll always be part of the Classic Keenan family, and that's
no doubt, no doubt. Take your guesses now. No cheating, everybody. Who is Mr. Wrestling 3? I think I remember. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. I think I do. We'll see.
I had no clue, so
I think I know, and it's somebody I like, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, guys. I'm talking 18 years ago. Jerry Lynn comes out for an interview. Sonny Siaki interrupts him, and they start brawling. Now, this is interesting, Jay. They're brawling at the top of the stage. Siaki pushes him off. Jerry's foot gets caught in the guardrail, and he is withering in pain. And they put up the X. EMTs are out, and he's out. They take him. They strap him. They take him to the hospital. Ambulance. He's out, and that's it, man. I mean, Jerry Lynn was like, they really sold that injury, and part to the point where I was like, man, really? Maybe he really is hurt, because he was like yelling, "Not again!" Mike TNA is fantastic at storytelling. I don't care what anybody says. We did not deserve Mike TNA, man. I'm telling you, this guy. The art of a great commentator is lost when you listen to Mike TNA. He's so they're so good.
Don West looked like he was like almost in tears. He looked legit upset looking into the camera.
Even Don, both of them, like today, nobody can match it today. These guys are telling a story in the background, and I'm like, shit, I'm learning so much about the guys as they come out because of the history that he gives us. Millard Harris, Mr. Wrestling 3 at one time with Steve Carino. That is true. And I believe he did that in MLW, the early MLW, I think. I'm not positive. But so now we got Siaki and Jerry all set up right now. Siaki took out Jerry, and that's set up for at some point. So they got that. We go to the back, and Syxx is there, and he's taking Goldilocks with them to apologize to Low Key. So I owe that kid an apology. Takes her back there. He goes to apologize, and AJ Styles interrupts him. And he's being that cocky AJ that you like, Jaybone. That super shitty AJ that you like.
Well, seeing X-Pac was like so like chill and mellow, kind of like how he is now. Completely opposite from what he was. Oh my God.
That mesh bodysuit.
So I'm a rocker, and I paid attention to fashion throughout the years. Not that I ever wore this stuff, please. No, let the pros wear that stuff. But Stephen Piercy in 1993, when he started the band Arcade, wore the exact same shirt. I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this?
What is that shirt, man? That was interesting.
Straight out of the 90s. X-Pac, you're a little late.
That was interesting. What a shirt. I was like, whoa. Catches you off guard.
It's so hot.
AJ interrupts him, and Joe Loki's like, what a jerk or something. What does he call him? What a jerk, I think. Or he says something about him.
Loki goes, what a jerk.
What a jerk. So stiff, so serious all the time. Tag team title matches next. Jaybone SATs, Joel and Jose Maximo taking on America's Most Wanted, Storm and Harris. Title shot. They won that title shot last week, and pretty good match. The SATs, Jaybone, took a hell of a beating. Holy shit, that they get their asses kicked. They really got their asses kicked on this one.
I don't know. They probably spent a week in the sauna just after this episode.
I feel like somebody was angry at him because they beat the shit out of that guy. Those two guys, man, they were beat up bad
between this and the last match.
Oh yeah,
dear God.
Oh, what one of them? I forgot who it was, but man, there's a bump in the last one. We'll get to it.
Oh.
But America's Most Wanted retain on this one. We get the. Now they still at this point their music is not the custom classic Guilty song that they ended up coming out to.
And they're still not called America's Most Wanted.
Right. They're still not. Are you sure it's just Harrison Storm? I thought I heard
it is. I'm paying very close attention to the banners, whatever they call them when they.
Oh, okay. Because on my notes, I ended up just by default writing AMW. But I think you're right. They're not calling them that.
Yeah. Well, like in the description, like I could look at it right now. America's Most Wanted, in the results, but at this time still they're not defined as, they still haven't given them the gimmick name.
True, they have not. So interesting. There's gonna be a nice shift, but the song is cool. I can't wait for the song to debut. Their music is awesome once they get it.
He's still rooting and a tooting.
No, yeah, right now it's very rootin' tootin', but Chris Rock is introduced by Goldilocks, and it's a very forced promo. I mean, this is very patronizing. Like, I don't know anything about wrestling. And he's like, NWA-TNA is the best wrestling in the world. And if you think it's fake, I'll kick your ass. And
no, he says, if you think it's fake, come down here and get your ass kicked.
Crowd goes nuts. And that was it. It's like, okay, thanks, Chris. That was like 30 seconds.
Very, very, very like he was getting in politics mode, like he was about to play something political.
But I'll tell you what, which is what the movie is that he's filming. But I'll tell you what, at the time, guys, around 2002, a couple weeks after this, they actually released footage of the making of it. So what they did was, after the taping, they had everybody stick around and they filmed the scene that ended up in Head of State. So if you haven't seen Head of State with Chris Rock, I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. Check it out. So because there's TNA in there. at 2002 in the Nashville Fairgrounds in the Asylum. That's a rare little find, man, but it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So, but yeah, real quick thing. He comes out, they get him on the broadcast. They were able to get that clip, that famous clip of getting a celebrity on your camera, boom, in the archives. Chris Rock appeared on TNA. You know, that's the main thing.
Again? Head
of State. Head of State. Yeah. Came out, I think, like early the next year, I want to say. We get a X Division 4-way gauntlet. The man with the most pins, and Jim, what was the time limit on this one? I don't know if I wrote the time limit down. Most pins in how many minutes? In is it 20?
15. It was Iron Man
15. Okay.
Iron Man match, Fatal 4-way, 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. Fatal 4-way Iron Man with the most pins gets it.
All right, so if you want to know real quick, Amazon, it's let's see, Head of the State. It's on DVD right now, $5.99 on Amazon.com. There you go. If
you are a collector of TNA stuff, you have to have it. It's part of the deal. You have to have it as part of your collection because they're in there. But here's the order of pins in this one, this Fatal 4-way Iron Man Gauntlet. Ace Steel pins Low Ki at 4 minutes 34 seconds. Tony Mamaluke beats Kid Kash. Kid Kash beats Tony Mamaluke. Low Ki beats Ace Steel. Now at this point, we're at 1 pin apiece. The finish, though, Jaybone, this was a fucking mess.
A little off, but
it was off. So remember, keep in mind now they all got 1 pin apiece. Now the next one is the winner. Now at this point, Mortimer Plumtree has joined the commentary team. Your favorite guy, Jay, Mortimer Plumtree, your best friend. He's out there and he's jawing it up, and he's like, they're asking, what have you been doing all these weeks? He's like, my family and I have decided to invest in the X Division. So they want to invest in the X Division because he's rich. And so he's out there, he's scouting. And at one point, now we're getting to the end of the show or into the match.
He must have been listening to our show.
Yeah, it's been. And somehow jumped in a time machine and then went back. But end of the match. Now they got the clock going, guys. Here's the thing. The clock is going to 15. The setup is Ace Steel is getting suplexed by, was it Kid Kash? I'm trying to remember who was the guy with him, Jay.
I think it was Low Ki.
Low Ki, yeah, it was Low Ki.
I think it was Low Ki.
Low Ki's looking at suplex Ace Steel in. Plumtree pulls the ankle. Ace falls on him, gets the pin. It's a win. Now here's the fucked up part, though. The bell rings even before the 1 count of the 1, 2, 3. So like the clock's winding down. They do the move where he does the cheat. Ace falls on Low Ki. The bell rings, and the ref still goes down and goes. I'm like, why did you ring the fucking bell?
And it's I looked at the notes. We copied the notes and I stuck them in the description. I noticed it said, I'm like, wait, this was 15 minutes. The last pin was at 15:03, and I'm like, I'm like, somebody must have entered it wrong. And then I'm watching this match, and I'm like, oh no, it's right. It's 15:03.
15:03. Mike TNA is such a genius, though. He starts going into cover-up mode. I mean, this is you have to think on your feet at this point, right? Like, clearly we saw a fuck-up. No question about it. But Mike TNA is so good, Jay, that he starts going into I think he started the count at the buzzer. The count started at the buzzer. So it validates it. I believe that's what the referee's saying. It validates it. If the count begins at the buzzer, it's a buzzer beater finish. It's like, dude, he starts going into that mode where by the end of it, I kind of forgot about it. It was fucked up, but I kind of was like, all right. I believe
and then they started doing more focusing on Mortimer Plumtree. Like, what are you doing helping Ace Steel? It completely flipped into that and like completely got away from the time.
Yes. And so you were able to kind of forget about it. But yes, you're right. I mean, it's clearly 15:03. No question about it.
Yeah.
They fucked it up. No question about it.
And Scott Stanford's in the ring looking down at the timetable and at the TNA and West, just going, oh, I didn't see. And he's pointing at Mortimer Plumtree the whole time. He's like, I didn't see him. He's not even like discussing the time factor. It's like, oh, I didn't see the pin getting messed with.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, I gotta give it to these guys for thinking on their feet. Because at that point, like you can even see everybody was like, ah, shit, this is off. This something's off about this.
Did I say Scott?
You said Scott You said Scott Stanford.
Wrong Scott. Oh my God.
Scott Armstrong.
It just like clicked in my head.
Who was Scott Stanford?
He's one of the announcers on like he works for the WWE. Like Scott when they do like an Stanford, intro. Yeah, like when they do like a side news show that no one ever watches. He's a guy that just stands behind the desk with like a couple of guests, like Corey Graves or some girl or something. They talk about news on the show. Or
gotcha.
Yeah, if you see him, you'll recognize him, I'm sure. But yeah, it's Scott Armstrong.
Yeah, Scott Armstrong. But he's great.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
No, he's great. They think on their feet. When all you can do at that point, it's botched. Let's not even mince words. It's botched at that point. All you can do is save your ass and kind of cover it up the best you can. We go from that, guys, to remember now. Ace Steel's he won. Ace Steel's number one contender at this point. So keep that in mind. Plumtree and him at 4-1. Hold that in your memory bank. We're coming back to all that later.
Even kissed Ace Steel in the ring. It was hilarious.
He did. He kissed him on the cheek. It was interesting. I'm
like, what are we in the mafia? What's going on here?
I'm a huge Ace Steel mark in Chicago. I mean, he's a Chicago guy. Ace Steel trained Colt Cabana, CM Punk, Jay Bradley.
Last match in Milwaukee.
What, really?
Jay last year. That was that run-in from CM Punk that everybody was talking about last year.
Yeah, it was actually CM Punk. Yeah,
it was.
Oh, it was during. You mean to tell me it was during Ace's match? Is that what it was?
It was Ace's last match.
Oh.
So it was his retirement match. CM Punk came into Milwaukee because they used to play there all the time.
Oh yeah. I believe
like 20 years ago, that was one of their starting places.
I believe, yeah, because isn't it Carmine Spirito is the promoter there? Is that the guy, Carmine? Or no? Who am I thinking of?
No, that's another one. That's
Carmine is Minneapolis, I believe. Who's the guy by you in Wisconsin?
It's he's a Ring of Honor guy.
I know it's Silas's promotion.
It's Silas, yeah.
Doesn't somebody else own that one too with him, or was it just Silas? I'm trying to remember who that was.
I don't know. It's not Brew City Wrestling.
Right.
It's different. I didn't even realize Silas Young had his own thing going on until like a couple of years ago.
I love Silas, man. But good fact by Millard Harris here that Ace Steel wrestled as Donald Trump on Raw, which he did. I believe
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I believe Ace is now a trainer at the Performance Center. I want to say he is. I believe he got that job. I was a huge Ace Steel fan, dude. Yeah, I love Ace Steel.
Dude, he looked so psycho in this episode. He's coming down the ring and he was all,
what's going on?
He had those crazy Macho Man Savage eyes in this match, like coming down to the ring, just completely
yeah.
Oh my God! Like he just did like 20 lines of coke or something.
Yeah, he is a trainer at the Performance Center now, though. We used to get a good kick out of it at. It was funny. We used to get a good kick. We used to cheer for him. We were big Ace Steel fans. Me and my buddies on the Indies here. And we cheer for him. Yeah, you the man, Ace. And he'd be like, don't cheer for me. But no, so he's now that's his manager. I really wish he had a longer run, but we'll get to it. Don West is out there with Hermie Sadler. They're talking about how Hermie is going to race the NWA-TNA stock car in the NASCAR race that following weekend. I forgot which one it was. It wasn't Daytona, but I can't remember which one it was. Jeff Jarrett comes out and he says, you're a fake driver. You're not even a NASCAR driver. You are a fake driver. Whatever.
Brucey comes out first.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. I did have that. You're right. Brucey comes out and starts antagonizing him.
Miss TNA.
I forgot. Yes, you're right. Brucey does come out. He starts antagonizing him. He's like, do you want to be a real stock car driver? And he's like, do you want to be a real man? Hermie's not bad on the mic there, Jay. He's not terrible. He's kind of got some weird yokel accent that's a little goofy, but he's not bad. Like he's not great. He's not great, but he's like goofy. But but he's not like he's taking it seriously, which I can appreciate. He's at least taking it seriously.
Yeah,
he's trying. He's trying. He's not great, but hey, you gotta admit the shot back at Bruce was great when he's like.
The weirdest part of this whole thing was Brucey and Jarrett standing next to each other. Talk about strange bedfellows. Pardon the expression.
So
I was
weird.
like, oh my God.
Again, another thing that made no sense. Why is Jarrett getting involved here? He's in the main event. He did an opening match? Where does he fit into this equation?
I don't know. It's so, like I said, strange bedfellows. It's so weird. It's like,
really weird.
Wait, why?
They trade blows, they trade insults, they get in there, they attack Hermie, BG runs in, makes the save. And then so now you have the BG and Jarrett set up. But that's from earlier. You already had them earlier. You didn't need Hermie Sadler as a catalyst for this. And it was just really odd. Like the Hermie Sadler thing could have been done in the back. I don't know, man. It was again, this episode is way too this is wild. This is like being on a roller coaster. It's just like this, up and down, loop-de-loop. I don't even know what's happening.
That whole segment was so weird. Like, okay, Jarrett and Hermie made sense. I didn't get why Bruce was out there. They missed TNA. That just
didn't they have a run-in a few weeks ago? I think that's why. I think they had some kind of run-in a few weeks ago. Yeah. That's where that tied back to. But where does Jarrett come into this too? It's like, let Bruce have his moment. Where do you need to get it? Why does Jarrett need this to be the catalyst for BG? It was so, Hakeem saying in the chat, it was so all over the place. It was like, what are you talking about? But Lakers, he likes Brucey. Let me say hi. Let me take a break right after this segment. Let me say hi to a few people in the chat, Joe. We didn't get to say hi to everybody.
This is
Hakeem,
true.
Millard Harris, Hakeem, Lakers, Zach Bonifer, Tim Bishop. Who else we got in here? Who else? I'm trying to see who's live. Mir Neesum's in here too. Nice. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Tim, got you. All right. And then Jaybone, you're in here too. Slow night. I thought quarantine we'd have a lot more in here, Jaybone. But no, I think YouTube screwed us today. We didn't get on the subscription page for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't find it in the feed. That's why I always tell people
Weird.
like I got the notification when we did go live, but I couldn't see it on the feed. So that's why I always tell people on my channel, make sure you click the notifications because sometimes you get like tonight.
Something's off with it. It did not put us in the main like premiere feed. I don't know what's going on with it. But thank you guys for being here. We appreciate that. Thanks for all the interaction. We'll keep the comments displayed. BG, yes, 3 Live Crew and Voodoo Kin. I have a VKM shirt, guys. How about that, Lakers? I have a Voodoo Kin Mafia t-shirt. I should auction that off, Jay. We hit 1,000 subscribers on on the OG channel. I should auction off that shirt, or give away that shirt. Now here's another one. This is again, Hakeem. Hakeem just said, booking all over the place. Ron Harris comes out, and now he's got a new tag team partner to take, and it's Sonny Siaki. Why the hell is Sonny Siaki teaming with Ron Harris when he's got that whole program going on in the X division, and they're teaming up and they're selling it like, well, Ron Harris is looking for new partners. He dumped Brian Lee. He got rid of what's that? Ashley, what the hell? It's like Ashley Gordon. I forgot the name of that guy last week. The Australian guy.
Oh, the Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy. That's what they call it, right?
Hudson.
Ashley Hudson. And they're like, he's trying. Now he's with Sonny Siaki, and they're taking on Rick and Rick Michaels and who was the other guy? Yeah, Chris Michaels, who were big indie guys at the time. They weren't related. Rick and Chris Michaels they were hot at the time. I gotta say.
Are you sure? Are you sure they weren't? Because I thought I heard somewhere that these were like 13th and 24th cousins. The lineage.
I know that Mike today mentioned several times that they were not related, but they were pretty popular. I saw them a lot in the indies back then. But I thought one of them passed away, but I guess not. I think they're both still alive. But why is Sonny Siaki teaming with Ron Harris? It makes no sense. Sonny Siaki, you just got out of a tag team. And now what? Ron Harris has tapped you to be his tag team partner? What the hell is that?
Because
Because tell me, please.
It's because of what happened afterwards.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm sure that's what everybody who watched this, like, what? Harris is with another guy. What the hell's going on?
I don't.
It's consecutive. He's doing this to all his partners, and it's leading to something happened at the end of this match. It was the first time.
Yes. Go ahead and talk about it. Why don't you bring that up?
When Harris and Siaki lost the match, security comes down and they go to split up Siaki and I want to make sure I get the right one. Ron Harris.
Who start brawling at this point?
Yeah, because he shoves, and now, okay, now they're brawling. Then Heavy D and the boys.
Heavy D and the boys.
I love it when they call him Heavy D. I'm like, no, that's a rapper. Stop calling him Heavy D. Heavy, they call him, So Don Harris comes down. Big brother, security, comes down, takes Siaki. This is a first. You got to pay attention to this. He does not get in his brother's face and knock him on his ass. Because what happened last week? His brother looked up at him and said, what the hell? This was not part of the plan. Something to that effect.
You're right.
Now this week, he takes Siaki and throws him out of the ring. And Siaki is like,
yeah.
He's figuring it out.
But
he's figuring it out.
But did we need to go through all this for these two just to team up? I mean, they're brothers anyway. Why are we taking this long route to get these two together eventually? Where it's leading, right? I mean, that's where you're getting at.
I can picture the brothers. Are you okay?
What's Manny Bones doing?
I'm sorry. Did I run over your toes?
Social distancing, Jaybone.
Stay there.
Social distancing, Jaybone. You're not practicing good social distancing.
I'm doing my thing. He's the one that keeps creeping up on me. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, damn it, you distracted me.
I'm down, Manny Bones.
The brothers.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I can just picture that the brothers sat down here, in the back with Jarrett, and here they're like, all right, here's what we're come up with.
All right, now
we're gonna do this several week thing where we go through all these stupid partners, and it's gonna lead to us, us being together.
Tell me again.
What do you think?
I think it's great. I think it's damn good. Let's go do that. Let's keep you all busy for a couple weeks.
But
I think
okay,
it's great.
here's the thing. Siaki's got to be the last one.
Oh, whoa, hold on. That's my golden goose there, Sonny Siaki. You ain't gonna make him the last one. We got maybe throw Kid Kash in there or something. Give me till next week, boys. I got you. I'll take care of you. I'm Jeff Jarrett, and this has been my message.
Oh, and I heard about this great Australian guy too.
Yeah. Like, where are they pulling this shit from? We'll get the Australia. Brian Lee and Ron Harris were a great team. I love that.
Yeah,
they were cool.
Actually looked like a couple of like legit badasses.
They were good. And I was like, why are we getting rid of? I mean, I assume it's Brian Lee maybe not being able to make dates, because he wasn't there in any capacity. So
there was a lot of just crazy stuff. You
Random.
never knew who was going to show up at these.
I mean, the Chris and Rick Michaels. I mean, it's like random, the debut for those two guys. But this is interesting. This is interesting about now. Do we get the reunion of the brothers? Do we get some more? Do they feed it another time? Does Jaybone keep messing with Manny Bones, the skeleton?
No, someone's asking about where the Dub Cup is. It's in
the Dub Cup.
It's right here. It's in. Whoops! I didn't spin it around. See, there's.
It's the Bone Dub Cup.
The TNI Bone Dub Cup.
Jay, can you find out when you go on Twitter next? Can you see if any of them are on? Either one of them are on Twitter. I imagine what's his name is right. Trevor Murdoch.
Oh, Trevor Murdoch is still active. He's in the new inception of NWA.
So can you take a selfie with the Boned Up Cup and say, doing NWA-TNA throwbacks, a little tribute to this was he bowed up? Which one was he? Stand up or bowed up? I can't remember. But you got to take a selfie and send that.
I think it was Bo.
Yeah, I think
I gotta check.
And I think you got to send that over to him and say, "Hey, little inspiration, feeling the dups."
We're sending some love over here.
Hey, I think it's cool that we rehash that. I love it. But again, I got
too much time on my hands.
God damn you! You have a lot of time in your hands. Now we come back from this, and this sucks. What I'm going to get into here is wild. Actually, Lakers, throw me Trevor Murdoch's Twitter. Put it on here real quick, just so we can get it. It's okay. Bill Barons comes out, and he says that Jerry Lynn is stripped of the belt because of his injury. So Jerry, who just won it a few weeks ago, is now stripped of this title. Okay, so now Jerry Lynn is titleless, and he will get a shot upon his return. That's what they've told us now. He'll get a shot upon his return. In the meantime, Ace Steel will take on AJ Styles in a ladder match for the title. Low Key comes out and says, "That's bullshit. That should not be happening. Why does he get one?" Mortimer Plumtree and Steel come out. Yeah. Mortimer Plumtree and Ace Steel come out, and they jump back and forth. I mean, Loki's like, "I wouldn't take $200,000 from you," and Mortimer's like, "I wouldn't even pay you $2. The hell with you. You're a loser."
Yeah, he started talking about these weird bonuses. It's like, so all of a sudden it's like some kind of like nasty secret thing that got out that wasn't supposed to get out or something. And Plumtree's like,
well, they're talking. It's clearly like a Heenan family type of thing, right? He's showing he's got the money. He's buying these guys. That's what he's doing. This doesn't end. Hakeem, the insanity doesn't end here. I see Hakeem's Twitter, his commentary. This doesn't end. So this is not over yet. This insanity is nowhere near over.
Have one for me. I'm out.
Yeah, have your drink. You need a drink. Have the drink because might need to pour a second one. Okay. So then they make the match. So Bullet comes out. God damn it! I'm sick of Bullet. Bob Armstrong comes out of nowhere. And it's like, "God damn it, I'm sick and tired of this goddamn horse shit, son of a bitch. What the fuck is going on? You goddamn, this X Division driving me goddamn crazy. I had it up to here." He makes it Ace Steel versus Low Key. And the winner gets a title shot. So now AJ's out of this. It's Ace Steel, Low Key, winner gets title shot. Okay. The match starts, and like 2 minutes into it.
Not even a minute and a half. The match is like a minute 20 something.
Okay, minute 20 something. This is so fucking weird. Mortimer takes out Low Key's knee. And so they announce a count out, but no, it's a disqualification. The fucking announcement gets fucked up here because even Jeremy Borash is like, "What the fuck is happening at this point?" Jeremy Borash is like, "As a result of a count out, disqualification." And then it's like, winner's Low Key. All right. It doesn't end there.
So Low Key wins, but he can't even walk?
He can't even walk. Bullet Bob comes out again. And it's like, "You sons of bitches, God damn it. This drag, I had it up to here with this X Division. You all little jumping, flying sons of bitch bastards." He's losing his mind. Okay. He's losing his shit. I can't see what kind of emoji that is. It just won't show me. Yeah.
It's staring up like.
Exactly. So then he says, "This X Division is giving me a hard time. I can't handle it." He goes, "You know what? Any X Division contender in the back, any one of you bastards can come on out here. It's a ladder match for the title. Anybody's welcome from the X Division. Hey, y'all hear me in the back, you bastards, you sons of bitches, goddamn, get out here and fight." It's open challenge now for an X Division ladder match for the title.
From hell.
From hell. So now who we have in here? We have AJ Styles, Joel Maximo, Jose Maximo, Kid Kash, Tony Mamaluke.
And Ace Steel.
Okay. And Ace Steel.
So there's 6 guys.
Six guys
in a ladder match.
6 guys. Now they're beating the piss out. Now action-wise, Jaybone, great match. Lots of bumps, lots of heavy hits.
These guys killed each other.
It was
I
brutal.
mean, Mamaluke, oh my God.
It was
I don't know how many times Mamaluke was in this inception of TNA, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, just him, the bumps that he took, like landed on his head / shoulder outside of the ring.
Oh man.
And
he sold it too.
And he's screaming in agony. Like sometimes, you know, you see the facials like, oh, you got me, you know, and they sell it and it's great. You believe it.
He's selling it great though.
He was screaming like he just like broke his hip.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh my God.
I felt for him. Great selling though. I was
but then he was up later and I'm like,
it was wild.
But the things that happened to him in this match, I'm like, how did none of these guys get stretchered out? It's absolutely insane.
I gotta say, now as ridiculous, and we're not done with the ridiculousness, guys. As ridiculous as it is at this point, the match is fantastic. The match itself is total nonstop. The bullet hit the bong. Wow. The match itself is total nonstop impact. That's no doubt. But this is where I just threw my hands up at the end. And you guys know me. Our listeners know me. I love Impact Wrestling. I love TNA. And I always make sure to but one thing Johnny Bravo told us, Jay, is that these two aren't scared to call it out when it's crap. And this is way before current Impact. Obviously, this is TNA. There's nothing to do with Impact Wrestling other than history. But we call it out when we see it. We call it like we see it. And son of a bitch, the ending of this match, Jaybone.
The crashes in this match. And then, how this match ends is like.
Okay, let's set this up here. I'm going to get your opinion on this, Jaybone. If you guys are just listening to us and hadn't watched it, you'll know. We have more shit, Hakeem. We have more shit to talk about here. So the match is going on. At one point, I don't even know who's going to win because I don't remember.
They're all laid out.
They're all laid out, but they also all get a shot. They're all close to getting it too at some point.
Yeah,
they're all the ladder,
but they're all like 2 feet over, too far. And Tenay is like, oh, Kid Kash is right there, but I don't think he's gonna reach it. It's like, no, he's nowhere near it. He's like, he's up there, but it's like, here's the belt, here's the guy. Oh no, they're gonna like die again.
Now, before I talk about the ending, the bump that one of the Maximos took, the split leg when the ladder fell on his dick.
Oh, he lands with the ladder on top of him, and AJ rode it down.
Oh God. And he rolled out like grabbing his nuts, and he was, oh my God. I was like, holy shit, this guy. Okay, guys, but that's not the end. The end. And there's even one more thing after the fucking end of this. The ending comes where AJ's about to get the belt.
He's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
He got it. AJ's got it. And out of nowhere, Syxx-Pac runs down and jumps in, takes on AJ, grabs the belt, and jumps down.
He suplexes AJ out of nowhere. Yeah. He grabs AJ, dumps him in a suplex. Okay, now everybody's out. And then X-Pac runs up there, grabs it, and he doesn't like undo the strap. He grabs it so that it breaks off.
Yeah.
And then he's running all over the damn place. Hey! Scott tells him, go to the other ring for the camera. Oh, he runs up front. Hey!
Did you catch that for real? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you could
really.
He runs. He goes to the bleachers because there honestly isn't that many people on the other side because it's the concession side.
Yeah, it's like 3 rows.
Because the bleachers go from the stage, wrap around 3/4 of the way.
Yes, I've been there. Yeah, you're exactly right.
And so he looks at the bleachers, and then the ref says something. He quick runs down. sprints over to the other corner, and he's like, oh.
Oh. I was like, what the hell? But here it doesn't end. It does not end. Before I say this, thank you, Lakers, putting the Trevor Murdoch handle, and Dead Punk Gage, what's up? And yes, very good point about Tony Mamaluke taking a similar bump when he caught his neck and left shoulder against Mikey Whipwreck in his ECW debut. Great vault knowledge there. That's awesome.
Go ahead, say your thing, and then I'm going to say one other thing.
Okay, but this is where I top it. So that we got that ending was off the chart. What the hell's going on? Now they're low on time. Okay, at this point, time is like they're about to go off the air.
You less than a minute, yeah.
Yeah. So Mike today's like, Don, run down next week's card. We're almost out of here. Next fucking week, Don announces. It's going to be Syxx-Pac versus AJ Styles in an X Division rematch next week. I go, who the fuck made that match?
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck told you?
A half a second ago. That's good. That's good.
The fucking guy just grabbed the belt. And then 30 seconds later, Don West is like, there's going to be a rematch. Why couldn't they? Look, at the time I watched it, I probably didn't care. This is me as a producer talking, knowing all the shit we know. J-Bone's not a producer, but he knows because he watches in detail. If J-Bone watches in 2002, maybe he wouldn't have caught that either. It's just casual. At that time, I didn't catch any of this. But I'm watching it now. I'm thinking, who the fuck told you it was a title match? You must have already had it on your paper. That doesn't make any sense.
But me as a fan, I'm going, oh my God, we're getting another ladder match next week.
That's exactly what I did when I was 20 years old. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's going to be awesome. And now I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Where did you get the communication of this match? Who told you it's going to happen? Holy shit.
I also said, oh my God, who hates the Cowboys, James Storm and Wild Chris Harris, that they have to defend their belts every freaking week?
Every week. Well, I don't mind that.
These poor sons of bitch. Well, I can understand them being in tag team action, but they're defending them every week. It's like
every week.
Damn. It's like one of these times they're not going to be so lucky, but the matches are great.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, shit, man, they are really testing these guys. But no, the point I was going to make after all this, because you mentioned Whipwreck, we've talked to Mike Freeland, the producer. I talked
to him on the phone yesterday, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. He called and we talked.
Oh, tremendous! Because we were talking. I was talking to him on the back end of Twitter, and we were talking about let's do something sometime. We're talking about having him on here, and because I compliment him saying on the last show, folks, if you have not listened to Front Row Material yet.
So
go listen to their last episode. I believe it came out a week ago. I don't know if the new one dropped yet. I'm not sure.
No, last week's is still up. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the quarantine one.
Yeah.
It is off the wall nuts. I had no clue. Mickey Whipwreck is so funny. He does all these.
Mikey.
What did I say?
Mickey.
Oh, my bad.
Oh boy.
Get your ass out of bed. He does these.
He talks about these. Now I know why you said Mickey, because he references the Mickey Mouse thing.
Yeah, and he does Ultimate Warrior. He does the Mick Foley. He does the Terry Funk. He does all these voiceovers.
Guys,
and it's such a riot.
I was cleaning my house on Saturday with it on my headphones, and I started laughing so hard at the Paul Stanley impersonation. Come on, people. We're going to talk to you about toilet paper. Guys, I'm telling you, go to the Front Row Material. Mike Freeland, we'll try to maybe get him on in a couple of weeks, Jay. I know Basil wants to come on next week and do it number 17 with us.
We have to have Goldie on, too.
Goldie will be on today. We're all in quarantine now, baby. We'll maybe do a 2 a week next week. Maybe we'll get him on next week. We'll get Freeland on the week after. We'll do something. You know, maybe we'll get the main show, whatever it is. But my God, guys, go listen to Front Row Material. It is great. It is.
Do you have TP for your bunghole?
It's so good.
We got lots of corona around here today, but we're gonna worry about that next week.
Oh my God, it's a riot. A sweetheart. Definitely friends of the show, man. Check them out for sure. But that's it, guys. That's NWA-TNA number 16, October 9th, 2002. One thing I really want to mention real quick. Hakeem Fullerton has referenced Bound for Glory 2017 as a clusterfuck booking in comparison. Now, I remember 2017, but I'm trying to remember what was so off about that.
I don't remember anything, because that was when they really started doing, like, I thought like 2017 is when they really started to get, that was the start of the new
it was the beginning of the transition. That was
the Don Callis, Scott D'Amore time.
Very new, very early in the Anthem era. This was the one in Ottawa. I remember this one, Hakeem, for sure. But this one's got some that was interesting. I want to watch that one again for sure, because Hakeem's mentioned that one a lot as like a comparison point of like when shit goes haywire.
I have to go back. So yeah, I don't remember. I know just like 2 years ago was when they started bringing everybody over from Lucha Underground, and things started getting crazy, like Pentagon, Phoenix, Morrison, Cage, Taya.
That was more in 18, right? So like 17 was a very transitional year, very transitional year. And I can see what he means.
Okay, I'm thinking of 18. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
But no, definitely we'll check that out. But I want a couple of things I want to mention at the end of the show here, Jay.
The return of Jeff Jarrett and all that.
Yeah, all that craziness going on, man. I want to mention, guys, now keep in mind the independent wrestling scene and the other ones are decimated right now. However, there's fundraisers going on for a lot of the guys. AAW is holding one. It's a total fundraiser. Indiegogo. If you go to AAW Pro on Twitter, check that out. We're raising money to give the guys who couldn't work for this month their show pay. So remember, it includes a lot of Impact guys too. You know, there's a lot of Impact guys who wrestle for AAW. So definitely support. Definitely show your support. The money is going straight to the guys. AAW Pro on Twitter's got that. But definitely buy their merchandise. Go to Impact Wrestling or shopimpact.com. Get their T-shirts. Support the guys, because if they're non-contracted guys, it's a tough month. And this might go on another month. I think Rebellion, it looks like it's going to be off. So keep in mind, you want to help these guys out. Go and do that, because there's another month of this at least. We're not in. I mean, Ring of Honor canceled through May. J-Mom, have you heard about that? Ring of Honor's out till June.
Yeah, May or June, yeah.
The Ring of Honor's got money. You know, they're owned by Sinclair.
And the government can't get their shit together to get these payouts going. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get them done like 5 minutes ago. No, they're still arguing about it. It's like, can we please get some help for the people? We're all, like freaking out.
Yeah, it's a little tough, guys. So if you want to help the wrestlers out, it's time to do that if you can afford it. There's no pressure, but I'm just letting you guys know.
Well, like I said, it's like, if you can't, pick your favorites, share their pro wrestling tees. At least that way you're spreading the love. Like, hey,
yeah. Or you know what? At the very least, tweet these guys too. The Impact roster, tweet them. Tell them you're supporting them. You care, or just put them over. Make them feel good. It's a tough time. It's a tough time. But thank you very much, Millard, for saying I'm doing great things at AAW. We're trying, man. But no, definitely support your local wrestler, because it's a tough time out there. So, but Jay, that's it, man. October 9th, 02. We did it. 4 months of doing these throwbacks, J-Bone.
I'm loving it, and it's just getting more and more crazy. And you know what? Between doing these and now listening to Front Row, I'm going to put these guys over so much.
I told you it was a great show.
It's actually inspired me to start. I'm not sure where I should watch. So if you follow me on like Twitterverse or Facebook or whatever, and you were fans of the classic ECW, I still have the network. I'm not big on the current stuff and WrestleMania. God knows what's going on with that. Mm-hmm. But I want to start watching the old ECW stuff, and I may even start reviewing it, just because we're in a really crazy time and I'm trying to get some more, some different content out. So it's like we're doing these classics. And I might just start reviewing some classic ECW stuff, but I'm not sure where to start. I don't want to start with the pay-per-views. I want to start with the episodic stuff and see like what's all out there. So hit me up on social media. Let me know where I should start, and keep an eye out for that. I was thinking about that this morning as I was listening to the Mick Foley episode. I think it was number 2. Because I started at episode 1. I went all the way back to the beginning.
Nice. Oh, it's great. You're opening a can of worms there, Jaybone. It's hard to say when to start with their TV. I always say start with the pay-per-views just because or the super cards because it's an easy way to pinpoint. But hardcore, here, Lakers need big ECW guy. I think Hardcore Heaven 95 is a good place to start because you get the old and you can go that way into the new. But yeah, like Dead Punk saying right there, 94, 95 with the Raven and Tommy Dreamer feud. There's so much, guys. Just suggested to J-Bone. There's too much to even tell.
Yeah, and whatever. If you don't know where to start, let me know what your favorites are. Whatever. Just let me know.
Let's get the kid up over here. Let's get this kid up to ECW, guys. All right, that'll do it for us. Let's get some plugs here. J-Bone, people will find you. Speaking of your Twitter.
You can find me over on, if you want to watch me review these, I'm going to be reviewing them over on Smash This Podcast over on the YouTubes. I've been doing it for 6.5 years now, growing the brand, and I'm evolving throughout all this craziness, and I'm trying to keep my head on straight at the same time. Watch the downward spiral happen, folks. You can find Smash This Podcast also on you have no idea. Also on you can find Smash also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and they're all different too. Most of it's promotion, but the Instagram is all just pictures of me watching wrestling with my cats. It's weird. Ozzy's a star on Instagram. I'm going to turn him into
Ozzy Posmore. Gotta make like cats of Instagram. They get over.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Guys, you can find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter. If you have followed me on Instagram, let me know. I got a ton of like pending. I don't know who's who sometimes based on the username. So if you followed me and I haven't gotten you back yet, let me know who you are. And Twitter also, Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter. I'll probably be changing those usernames, probably go with the name. I'm gonna let the Vanilla Joke go, J-Bone. It's been like 20 years. I think it's time to go just name. I think so. I know. I'm getting
Vanilla Joke.
I know. I'm getting serious, J-Bone. Things are getting a little serious around here. I'm getting credited in Rob's films, for AAW films. I'm getting credited. Can't have Vanilla Joke running around everywhere. It's gotta have some professionalism, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, then you've got to be Dizzy Hit Squad guy number 5.
All right, that's enough. I don't know. That's enough. I mean, I could be, but guys, don't forget you can follow the show at We Talk Impact at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just type in We Talk Impact or Total Nonstop Impact, and the show comes right up. But also, you can listen to this podcast wherever podcasts are found. And where's my drum roll, Davo? Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and Spotify. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell Sonny Siaki, tell somebody we're talking about him. God damn it. Tell J-Bone, tell Manny Bones over there to 6 feet social distancing, but still listen to Total Nonstop Impact. Tune right in. Guys, if you haven't rated the show on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or anything, give it a rating, give it a 5-star, help us get found more and more. But guys, I got to say, the play counts are going up. The numbers keep going up. Our boys, Joker and Bison, doing the Impacted series has been really great for us. It's been great for the channel. We've also got, remember, the weekly show, the main Impact Wrestling weekly review. We're doing that on the Impact Lounge for now. On the Impact Lounge, that's weekly. We're going to do it live tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow. So that's tomorrow night, Tuesday, right after Impact Wrestling. We'll probably go around 9:30 Central Time. We're home. We're quarantined, Jay.
A little break afterwards. So yeah, you have time to get a snack, chill out, pit stop, whatever. Then we'll be live.
You'll be live. So wait, we're quarantined. I'm not going to band practice, so I can jump on Tuesdays. It's great. So we'll get that in from Jay, guys. And publicly again, Jay, I put you over all the time. You're gonna appreciate me for putting you over one of these days. But guys,
the checks in the mail.
I appreciate J-Bone. He is a hard-working man. He does Smash This Podcast, and then he produces Impacted for us, for Joker and Bison. Then he does this show. He produces the show and gets it all ready. He literally, guys, J-Bone ties it all, puts a bow on, and delivers and says, "Here, Trent, you go market it out."
And the Ramblers want to come back now. It's like,
And the Jaybone is going nuts. He's going nuts doing all that stuff. But then he produces the weekly show, the weekly review. It's fan. Jay, thank you. I think we all want to give Jaybone a round of applause for all the hard work you do. Thank you. One day I'll get you paid for this, Jaybone. One of these days I'm going to get you paid for all this.
hey, this is the most fun I've had in 6.5 years. The crowd that I'll say it again, the crowd that I've found, the audience that I have found through you and the Impact Lounge and the Impact fans and me loving Impact, it's been the best thing in 6.5 years.
I'm glad. We'll get there, Jay. We're working on so. Once we get past the coronavirus, we're gonna get somewhere. And I'm calling Josh Matthews. I got Josh Matthews' direct line. I was like, Josh, we're gonna sit down right here. We got something to talk about. We got something to talk about. You need a podcast, and I got the guys for you.
But I got one very important question for you before we exit.
What do you got,
Trent?
What's up?
Do you have TP for your bunghole?
Oh, come on, people. You have some TP for your bunghole. Check out Front Row Material. Check us out tomorrow night, guys, for the weekly Impact Wrestling review. We'll be back, Samstown. We're going to wrap up Samstown in a big way tomorrow. We'll have a great time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. You guys are the best. We love you. Jaybone, start watching ECW. Dead Punk Gage is going to send you some. He's already telling you some stuff to watch. Franchise Shane Douglas. Check it all out, guys. Thank you again. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. This has been Total Nonstop Impact Throwback Edition. Good night, everybody.
See you, folks.